So welcome back to another FIFA 21 career mode video. Today we are talking about ways FIFA 21 could make career mode great again. Now I did part 1 a couple weeks ago, so if you missed that video make sure you check it out. I covered a lot of good points there. Part 2 is today's one, and it's going to be following on from what we did last week. So I've got a few extra points here that I could not cover in part 1. So even though we've got over 169,000 subscribers on the channel, we've still got a big majority of you guys watching the videos but not subscribed. If you want to know all the latest FIFA 21 news, this will be the best spot. Make sure you subscribe today and join the others. The thing that could definitely be improved in career mode at the moment is the sim games option. Currently in career mode, sim games is not very good. It's just basically a button you press and then the game just goes from 0 to 90 straight away. It doesn't even go through the minutes anymore. So yeah, they've just quickened the process so much that you don't really have any control over a sim game anymore. But it never used to be this way. Back in FIFA 07 and some other early career modes, they had this feature called the visual sim. So you could also do the quick sim like you do in FIFA 20 career mode, but you could also choose this visual sim option, which opened up a lot more features and more control over the sim. So as you can see on your screen, this is a visual sim and it looks much better than what we get currently in career mode. You've got even little highlights at the bottom. It reminds me of like a football manager, like an iPhone game, iPhone version, whatever you want to call it. You get little plays at the bottom. You can also fast forward the time so you can speed it up or slow it down. And you can also do substitutions and monitor a few tactics here and there. As you can see, we're about to do a substitution here. So you can't really do this in normal career mode sim games. You have no control. But this, you could even, take off a player if you really wanted to. And then you can go in again and continue watching the sim. Now there's also another cool feature here, and that is called the intervene feature. So if you press, I think, X or something, you could actually join the match as it was happening in the sim game and finish off the match. So let's say you go like 3-0 down and you really need to rescue the win. You can join up in the 60th minute and try and get those 3 goals. And yeah, it's not really like a career mode sim right now in FIFA 20 where, if you go 3-0 down, you have no control. You can't join the match and finish it off. But you have these kinds of features in the old career modes with PSP hardware, PS2 hardware, but a PS4 can't handle it. Like, they could throw this in easily with the current version of FIFA. Even the next gen version of FIFA should have this feature. They need to improve the sim game option, and the way they improve things in career mode is actually adding in stuff that they had 15 years ago. So next up I want to talk about press conferences. So one of the main upgrades for FIFA 20 career mode was of course the press conference system. It went from being a tile that no one ever looked at to an actual feature which popped up after every game before a big derby game, and it was something that you needed to interact with to keep the squad morale high. But even though EA upgraded it in FIFA 20, there still needs to be more work done to this press conference system because right now it's not 100% complete. Now, first off, I want to say that they should add in the press conference system into player career mode. It was in the journey, they should bring it over to player career mode as well. But in terms of manager career mode, I would like to see them add more variety of questions and also variety of answers. So in terms of the questions, after every match, you sort of get the similar questions over and over again, and a lot of people get bored because of the repetitiveness. Like, there needs to be more storylines, just different questions, I don't know. But in terms of the answers, there needs to be different kinds of answers as well. It's pretty much like a Solskjaer response system. Like, even if you lose 8-0, the answers you can give the press are all positive. Like, I want to see the one that allows you to turn heel and absolutely embarrass the players. And yeah, we need more options, like more heel turns and less positive answers, less positive replies. And sometimes the reporters ask questions that don't even make sense. Like, you could have like 5 losses in the season and then the reporter asks how it feels to be undefeated in the league. So it doesn't really make sense half the time. It's still not a complete product, but obviously it was a big improvement from what we had before it. So if they can work on it a bit more, add more variety into it, it might make it less repetitive. Like, you can just go through it now without even knowing the question. You just pick the response based off what you remember, and you can go through the press without even reading the question. You just memorize the answers and you're good to go. Now, one of the biggest things EA could do to make FIFA 21 career mode great again is, of course, upgrade the player career mode. This game mode needs a big overhaul. Play FIFA 10, play career mode, play FIFA 20s. It's very, very similar, probably even worse for some people. Overall, this player career mode is very, very stale in the game. It hasn't been worked on. It should have been what the journey was, but EA decided to, create a whole new journey mode instead of like putting all that stuff into player career mode. Now, what I think they should do is go down the NBA 2K route where maybe you have a storyline, maybe you don't. They need press conferences. They need to be able to interact with the coach. They need like a neighborhood feature as well where you can just go and buy some shoes, get a haircut, go and get some tattoos, whatever you want, like a GTA sort of thing. Yeah, basically if they could copy NBA 2K, because they do a great job, when you compare it to FIFA, it's 10 years difference. I'm not even joking. Like, player career mode needs a complete overhaul. It can't keep going on like this. It's just so stale. I don't know how people still play it, man. It's much more staler than manager mode. And the worst thing is it has one of the biggest potentials as well. Like, it's so successful in the NBA 2K series, with a bit of effort, you could make it better than the journey. And a great place to start is, of course, the journey. They can use that as a template, bring in, the customization features they had for the players there, because there was tattoos, there was haircuts and all that for the players in the journey, but it's not in player career mode. And for some reason in player career mode, you can't even start on the bench. Like, it's either you play the game from the start, or you miss out completely. Like, why isn't there a feature that you can come off the bench? In the journey, there was a feature where you could come off the bench and there's like a little cutscene with your bonuses that come up on the screen, and then your player runs out onto the field and comes on from the bench. Like, I can't believe you can't even do that in player career mode still. You had your press conferences in the journey and your post-match interviews, some locker room cutscenes as well. So yeah, the journey is what player career mode should be. If EA even took like 50% of what NBA 2K has for their My Player and 100% of what the journey was, then player career mode would have one of the biggest upgrades it's seen in a long time. So let's talk about the career mode menus. And currently in FIFA 20, man, I don't know if it's the PS4 hard drive or the game itself, but man, these are some of the slowest menus I've ever seen. It feels like FIFA 20 is loading up 5 different FIFA games at the same time. I don't know, they need to just restart with the code, because it's just feeling so clunky, so heavy, and the career mode menus are very slow. Now, hopefully the SSDs in the next gen consoles fix this up a bit. Hopefully it's more responsive, much quicker to access different competition, standing tables and top scorers from the leagues and stuff, because right now it is a bit slow in different areas. Even just going through the different tabs in the central part of career mode is a bit slow sometimes. Sometimes it's very clunky, and I'm hoping that the SSDs fix that. But another thing they could do to the menus to make the game mode feel fresh again is upgrade the menus or redesign the menus. There's heaps of FIFA 21 career mode concepts that we've reviewed on the channel, and some of them do feature like new UI elements, new designed menus, but the problem is they've redesigned them because it accommodates more features. Like, currently, if there's no new features getting added, they don't really need to redesign the menus that much. But if you're going to add things in like staff, sponsors, visual sim and all that kind of stuff, then you're going to need more tiles, which means you need to redesign the menus. So obviously, the more features they add to career mode again, the better the redesign will be. But if they can make the UI more snappy, more quicker, then you don't really need to redesign anything. I just don't want to feel like I'm loading up 5 different FIFA games every time I try and play career mode. But obviously anything that looks different to what we've got now will feel fresh in the eyes of the people. It won't feel like a copy and paste job once again. So in career mode we've got the news section, but it's mostly made up of EA's generated news based on the career mode stories, that are happening in the game mode. So you can have transfers, you can have like debuts, goals and all that kind of stuff, but there's no real social media side of news in career mode, like football Twitter, some tweets that you can read when you're playing the game on opinions based on maybe new managers, team formations, about the players performing or not performing, just opinions from the public or even some pundits. And I think that's the upgrades EA needs to make in the news section, because in other game modes, including the journey, we've also got social media, and in career mode for some reason there's no social media. So like I said earlier in the video, the journey provides a good template for a lot of features they could transfer over into normal career mode. So you've got your followers at the bottom there for the player Danny Williams. You've also got tweets that you can read, there's hashtags as well, and it looks like there's a few sort of general public people. Sometimes a pundit will show up here and there. There's also EA Insider, and there's just like tweets that you can read based on opinions of like people. It's like football Twitter. I mean, obviously there's not going to be any like extreme football Twitter stuff, but at least it adds the social media side to the news. So let's talk about some features that they took out ages ago that need to be coming back into a FIFA game soon, because they were such great features they got removed for no reason. The first one was request funds. You guys know how it works. You can promise the board to achieve certain goals, and in return you can ask for a certain amount of money to use in the transfer budget. Now, you're not going to get like $200 million from request funds, but even $10 million would help secure an extra player or two, sometimes signings that you need. I used to like it. I just thought it was helpful to sometimes get more money because you never know when you need it, and request funds got removed for no reason. Like, it was something that was good. But another thing that was good that also got removed ages ago was sponsors. You could pick a sponsor when you started a career mode, and you would get money from the sponsor when you achieve certain goals, win certain matches, and stuff like that. I'm sure you guys know how that works as well. That was a feature that got removed ages and ages ago now. It hasn't been around for the last probably 10 years. And then finally, we need staff members in the game mode as well. This was a feature back in the day as well, but at the moment there's no sign of any staff besides the youth academy, maybe one or two assistants here and there. But we had like injury people, we had like stadium manager, we had like striker coach, goalkeeper coach, plenty of staff members there. Having like a medical coach or a guy that can heal the players quicker than usual if you upgrade him would be nice to see as well. Now finally, when it comes to managers, I would like to see the ability to use real life managers. EA has scanned a lot of the managers, well, not really scanned, but they put real faces in for a lot of the managers, and they don't offer us the chance to use them as managers in career mode. So PES has their new season update game. They've got 3 new managers, Lampard, Guardiola and Giggs, that you can use in Master League, and it's something that I'd like to see EA start to do as well. Give us a few options when it comes to selecting a manager in career mode. Just having a nice menu screen where you can pick from their real life managers, that would be pretty cool, and it would give you like new storylines and different ways to play career mode. So with 2 parts in this series, I think we've covered a lot of things that would make career mode great again. Imagine if we got everything we asked for in this video. It would be like a fantastic career mode, man. NBA 2K, watch out if EA did all this, but there's no guarantee EA is going to do much for FIFA 21 career mode. Even on the next gen, I hope there is some big changes, but I just don't know. Now make sure you check out this FIFA 20 video. Make sure you hit the card right now. It'll take you right there. I'll see you next time.